Hello ladies and gentlemen, and welcome to my first Pokemon Go video. In today's video we're going to have a quick look at the app and look at the different features and settings and things. I'm also going to have a bit of a wander around and show you how it works in the real world. We're going to battle a few Pokemon and fight a few gyms even, so stay tuned and we'll get into it. So as you can see here in the intro, I just opened up a Pokestop and got a few Pokeballs and things. Now you can see as I walk along, I think in the real world I'm probably walking a little bit faster than this, but it's based on GPS, and so it's taking a little bit of a time for it to catch up and kind of sync things in properly. You can see you do get a fair radius around you, and as you can see, as I get fairly close to that next Pokestop, I can open that one up. Check the Pokemon that are in the nearby area, nothing really exciting, and here we go. So it's just a matter of spinning that disc in the middle there, get a couple of potions, a couple of Pokeballs, and away I go. This is basically how I'm able to grind up a whole bunch of Pokeballs. While we're on the way to the gym, we'll just have a quick look at my profile. You can see there I joined Team Valor, gives me a bit of a rundown of my achievements there. It's only the second day, so I haven't done a whole bunch yet. And yeah, a bit of information on my character there. And then you've got a journal here that keeps track of everything that you've achieved over the course of your travels, at least the last few events. So here we see I've walked up to a gym. Now this one's owned by another person on Team Valor, so I can fight it, but there's no real point in me trying to capture it. So here we go, I've got my Slowbro come out, see him already clicking away furiously, and here we go, smashing away at this little Mankey. Poor Mankey's gonna get destroyed. Alright, and there are one, a bit of a rundown on the achievements there. Now you can see my Pokemon here, quick rundown of who I've got. There's a whole bunch of Pokemon here. I haven't caught any really exciting ones yet. Slowbro is probably my most exotic one. You can see you can sort them in different ways. And that's pretty much the rundown on all of that. Here you got your Pokedex. So again, fills in as you see and capture Pokemon. And as always, it ends where you've seen the last Pokemon on the list. Now just walking along here, I encountered a couple of Zubats. You can see by the distance there, actually how far away they are. So 1 foot means they're relatively close, 0 is you're on top of them, 2 is a little bit more, and 3 is even more than that. As I walk along here, see here's a Zubat. So I've encountered this Zubat, tap on him, and into battle we go. Now with these guys, it's just a matter of throwing the Pokeball at them. Hit this one on the first shot. It can be relatively difficult sometimes to hit them, so don't be ashamed if you miss a Pokeball or two. More high level Pokemon are actually harder to catch and tend to resist catching. Here you can see it's fairly low level, giving me a bit of a breakdown of what abilities it has and its weight and all of those kind of stats. Standard Pokemon kind of affair there. As we move along a little bit further down this street, there's actually another Zubat which I should encounter fairly shortly. Apparently I'm looking around the street a little bit here. You can see there's a gym that I'm approaching, and here's our Zubat. So again, the Zubat's here, stop walking, and I throw my ball. Didn't quite make the distance that time, so a little bit further, a little bit more muscle in it. There we go. Cool, and there we go. So that's catching a secondary Zubat. This is probably my 10th Zubat, but you can see it's got different abilities, it's got different stats and things, and that's important. Some Pokemon are better than others, and so what you want to do is capture as many as you can and level up the best ones. You do that by catching more of the same Pokemon over and over again. Another Pokestop, and I just get some balls. which is always helpful really. I mean, you can't have too many balls. And here we go, we've got a new gym. We can fight this guy, he's only got a Pidgey, so it shouldn't be too hard. Have a quick look at my Pokemon, and then into battle we go. Alright, so got my Pidgeot out, up against this Pidgey. Again, you can see me tapping away furiously. Every time Pidgeotto goes white, he's getting tapped on. And they've got Eradicate as well, so I've got to fight both of these Pokemon to actually beat the gym. Fortunately, my Pidgeotto is fairly high level, and so this isn't too bad to actually pull off, or too hard. See there, things have changed around this gym now. Now it's got Eradicate instead of the Pidgey at the front. So if I go in here and I heal up my Pokemon using my potions, then when I go back into combat, we should be good to go. Alright. So second fight with this gym. And you can see again, I'm smashing away at this Eradicate. It's got no chance. My old Slowbro is a little bit too strong for this guy. So yeah, like I was saying before, it's important to actually catch quite a few different Pokemon of the same type. That way you get more of the Poke Candies for that type of Pokemon. Let's say I want to level up my Pidgeotto again, make him into a Pidgeot. I need to catch Pidgeys, so I get Pidgey Candies. Or Pidgeottos, so I get Pidgey Candies. And I use all of those along with the Stardust, which you collect again from catching Pokemon, to level them up and to evolve them. So it's important to just keep on catching all these low level kind of wild Pokemon so that you can maintain those levels of Poke Candies, which ultimately help you level up your Pokemon. You can only hold so many Pokemon at a time, and that can be increased by certain items. But basically what you do is when you're kind of finished with Pokemon, say you've got some low level Eradicates like the one I just caught, then all you've got to do is send it to the Professor. Good old Professor, I think it was Willow in this game. Professor Willow will take your Pokemon, and basically that's the same as releasing it in the handheld games. They disappear and you don't have access to them ever again, which is both kind of cool but kind of lame. Really depends on how you look at it. I think you've got plenty of storage options, so it's not something to be worried about. Here we're fighting against a Combat Power 60 Pidgeotto. I'm going to use my Pidgeotto against it, and again you can see start tapping furiously, and away we go. So the more quickly you tap, the more quickly you can attack. There's obviously a limit on that, otherwise there'd be hacks and things, but there we go. Quick win, nice and easy. This gym's now empty. I've pushed out Team Blue or Team Purple or whatever colour it was. Again, just a matter of healing up your Pokemon, and then I can put him back in there. Now he can be in the gym and he'll stay there until he gets beaten, basically. Once that gym is beaten, then he'll return to me. Which is a pretty cool mechanic, really. I actually kind of like this idea. I need to kind of work out a little bit more about how it all works. But before we get into that, here's the shop. So here you can see you can buy Pokeballs. It gives you a bit of a rundown of each item as I click on it. So incense for attracting Pokemon. These are all fairly standard kind of items that you see basically in every Pokemon game. Lucky Egg, you know. It's pretty stock standard stuff. So the other thing that I haven't really seen here was the eggs. So eggs you pick up from Pokestops and then you put them in incubators like you see here. This incubator is limited use and you get one of those at level 6, but you also get an incubator from the get-go that helps you basically infinitely most of those incubators only have 3 uses. This one that you get is infinite, so you can keep putting eggs in it, and that's based on the number of steps you do. So if you do a whole bunch of walking, you'll hatch more eggs. It's basically the same as in the handhelds. And there you go. So you can spend quite a bit of money buying all the little bits and pieces that you might want. It's actually a really interesting game. It's quite a lot of fun. So hopefully you guys have enjoyed watching me kind of go through it a little bit. If you have any questions, let me know. I'll try and answer as well as I can. If you enjoyed this video, make sure you leave a like, get subscribed, do all those good things, and I'll make sure to make more videos. As always, my name's Zach, and I'll see you guys in the next one.